Hello, welcome again to my channel. Thanks a lot for stopping by to check out this video. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything. Hope you're all doing well. Happy New Year to you all. Myself and my children decided to take up a little projects and do a little bit of tidying up our flat. It's been a while since we moved into this flat. We've never actually painted or changed the carpet, so we decided to do it, to have a new start, to have a new makeover for our space where we stay. So we decided to take out the old carpet, which has been on the floor for about 7.5 years. I mean, ripping up this carpet was such a huge task. I first of all started up ripping it up in big, massive chunk, and I wasn't getting anywhere with it. So I now decided to take it up a little tiny bit, to ripping off bit by bit, and this carpet was filled with dust. I mean, it was so dusty. It was very sandy and very dusty, and it was glued down. You can see that it doesn't even have any underfoam underneath it. So it was a lot harder to take out and remove it. I didn't bother moving out the furniture out of the living room. I just move it across, do one part of the living room, and then rip up the carpet and move the furniture back and forth. That's what I kept doing. The children helped out a bit, and then later on they got tired and they left mommy to carry on doing the work. I mean, since we're on lockdown, I thought, why not do this? It's not that I'm going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. I mean, this is like the 4th or 5th lockdown. I've lost count of how many lockdown we've had in the UK. So doing this task, when I first started, I thought this is going to be so challenging. I first of all wanted to get the carpet removers to help me remove the carpet and get a new carpet on and all of that. But I thought the quotes and the price they were giving me, it was going into the thousands. I was getting quote for 4,000, 5,000. I thought, what? I can afford it right now. So I just decided to do this by myself with my children, by cutting up bit by bit and ripping it up. I mean, I remember my son saying to me while we were doing this, to say, Mommy, you're so lucky you have us. If you didn't have us, you would have had to do this all by yourself. And I'm like, yes, I'm grateful that I have you all in my life. I mean, this is such a beautiful thing to do together with the children. It just came to show that, if we put our mind to something as an individual, even though it seemed like such a huge task, you can achieve it, we can achieve it and complete it if we work together. And it just got to, during this as well, got me to know my children even better in terms of their strength and their weaknesses as well doing this task. I noticed as well, while pulling out this carpet, especially this particular area, it took such a long time to try to take it out, try to pull it off. I mean, those were the places like that the furnitures were on, like maybe because we haven't walked on that part of the carpet as much. So furnitures was sitting on it. So it was a lot harder to remove. It took me a while to pull it off. My fingers were hurting. Past 8 o'clock. Still got a bit more to do with the flooring. Got a bit to do. Taking about 4 black bags out of this carpet, and I've still got around the TV to do,
and around the bookshelf.
Around the bookshelf as well to take out. So this bit to do, just like maybe a square meter to do. Let me take my tripod out the way. Got that bit to do. Excuse me.
And we found just a pencil.
And I got around the TV area to do as well. Just that bit left to take out. But so far, so good. I just move all my furnitures back into place, and still got a bit to do. So, following day, I decided to continue after feeding the children, and we started painting. As you can see, my hand was a bit shaking doing the painting the wall, because I've never painted before. This was my first time actually holding a paint roller to actually paint, and guiding and trying to guide and direct the children on how to do it. They were all excited to start painting. So we decided to go with white over the cream color that was originally put there when we first moved in. And yes, we worked together as a team, and we did it. The children at one point were fighting over the paint brushes and paint rollers, but it took a while. I felt like giving up, like, oh my goodness, this is so hard. But I thought, no, we started. I need to finish this. We need to finish this up. Just carry on painting. Let's just keep going. And that's what we just kept doing, really. I mean, I can see that if one put their minds into something, and you work together with your loved ones, you can get things done quicker, nicer, and better as well. So we made sure I finished painting on that day, painting the whole thing. Painting was a lot of fun for the children, especially with my middle child. She just kept on going at it. She really, really did enjoy it. She was just going for it and just really painting the whole place up. I just went on, standing up on the little chair that I have windows and just doing the top corners, painting those places. If anyone had ever told me that I would have to do this by myself, painting by myself, I would have said, no, I don't think I can do it. I remember a couple of years ago, when my husband was still alive, we tried to get a quote from a painter to paint up the living room. Maybe this was about maybe 5 years ago. And the painter quoted us just to paint the living room area along with the kitchen £1,000. And I didn't even spend £1,000 to even buy the paint or even paint the whole wall, doing it with my children. Buying the paint, I think I end up using 1 full bucket of paint and a half for my living room. So wood plank floor.
But not the whole of the wood now. Not the whole of the wood.
Yeah. This about to go on my floor. So I decided to get a wood plank flooring instead of getting a carpet. I remember I just didn't want to get a carpet again. I thought having children, they kept on spilling on the floor with food and drinks, and just makes the carpet dirty really quickly. But with this, you have to make sure you sweep the floor. I actually swept the whole floor before laying the plank down, making sure all the dust, because like I said, there was sand and so much dust on the floor, swept everything. The floor literally have to be cleaned before putting the plank on the floor. I bought about 14 boxes of plank from vinyl flooring from B&Q. 14 boxes I ended up buying, and just use those I just put those on the floor. They're easy to click in, not so hard. The only thing is just with the measurements. I saved myself for labor for this when I got a quote for labor for this vinyl, for labor to fix it. I was quoted about, I think, £400, £450 to £400 to lay the flooring. I thought to myself, again, I don't have that kind of money. So I thought, let me give it a go. And if I don't get it right, if I do it wrong, then I'll get the professionals to come in. But when I started laying it, I thought, it's not that hard. It doesn't seem that bad. So I don't think I would need anyone to help me out. So I just end up doing it. The children were bringing in the plank one by one, and I was just fixing it on the floor, moving the furnitures out of the way. I'll lay one part, move the furnitures back, and then do another part, and just keep doing it that way until we actually finish the whole flooring. When I got to the end, the vinyl flooring were overlapping. When I got towards the door, towards the kitchen, they were overlapping, and I just left it that way for the time being. Decided to paint the corridor the following day. The following weekend, because one weekend I did the living room with the flooring and everything. Another weekend, because of homeschooling and all of that, I just did it during the weekend. So following weekend, I painted the corridor, ripped off the carpet and painted the corridor. So it took me about 2 weekends to do this. So that was literally, if I didn't have a break or anything, so that's literally about 4 or 5 days to do the corridor and the hallway and the living room area. Doing this was quite refreshing for me. The corridor didn't seem as hard to do after doing the big living room. It was just my living room space. The corridor was easier. I was able to work around and finish up quite quickly, doing all the different corners. And I got better with the painting the more that I went ahead with it. Doing the corners and the edges as well. I got really better at it. I was a bit more comfortable holding the brushes. I started laying the floor straight down and putting it down straight up like the way I did in the living room space. and cutting up bits and pieces as well, putting it towards the door entrance. Like I say, it was so easy clicking this flooring in. You can do it, anyone can do it. When it came to this bit, I was supposed to use obviously a metal ruler to cut it, but I just decided to use this plastic ruler, my children's ruler, to cut this bit and snap the wood into place after I got my measurements. Once cut with a knife, you just have to snap it. It's quite easy to snap after that. So, after a day of laying the vinyl flooring in the corridor straight down, doing it straight down the corridor, I didn't like the way it looked, the finished look of it. So I decided to take it all off and start all over again, laying it across the corridor. And doing it this way was nicer and it looked better and it was easier. So I just had to cut a bit in the corners. I just laid it across and just snapped the corners in a couple of inches of the ends and just snap it. And I laid it across, and that was the way I just carried on. I did the same thing for the living room. I ended up taking out the whole of the living room space one as well and snapping it and just laying it across. I mean, one has to be careful with the knife and just snapping and cutting all these little pieces that I was cutting off, but I just preferred it this way. It just looks so much better me doing it like so. My children didn't really help me with this. Later on, they got fed up. They just left me to it. But it was easy to click in. It's easy to click in. It was just the cutting that took a bit of time. As you can see, all the little pieces on the floor there in the corner, snapping those little pieces off and just putting it across. I had my tape measure, just measuring bits and pieces and just cutting it. The only challenges was the corners, working with the corners and trying to fill in the corners, but I didn't mind too much. I still just worked around it and just like it was just like a puzzle putting everything together. So this is the way the corridor looked after finishing it. So the living room, following the after that, I decided to take it all off and start it all over again. Right? Crazy, right? I know. But because it wasn't so difficult to put in, to slide in. So I just decided to do it. And because I didn't like the overlapping bits that I had towards the dining table and the kitchen area whereby it was overlapping, so I just decided to take everything all off and do it all over again with the living room, moving the furniture around the living room and just doing it all over again. I changed my curtain as well and just put a new curtain in there just to have the old one washed. So that was it. I just laid everything across, moved the furniture around, snapped the woods in the corners where they needed to be snapped, and it just looked a lot better. And this didn't even take me that long to put everything back after taking it all off. It literally probably about an hour and a half, about 2 hours. It took longer. It was 2 hours because I had to do some cutting and measurement, but putting it in without cutting the measurement, about 30 to 40 minutes to just put the whole thing in and just move the furniture around. But yeah, that was it, y'all. I mean, that was what I did. You can do this. Anyone can do this. And the beauty about this vinyl flooring is that when I move out of my flat, I can take it with me and go and use it at any place of my own. I end up spending about £850 on the vinyl plank flooring. But I didn't use all the 14 boxes because when I changed it around and laid it across, there were 2 boxes left. I didn't end up opening the 2 boxes. So I took those 2 boxes back and I still got a bit left. So I literally just used, I think I used about 11 and a half boxes for the corridor and the living room area. That's what I end up using. So I took some boxes back and got some money back from it. The vinyl flooring plank is easy to clean, easy to lift up and take away with you back if you're ever moving out of your place or anything. So that's why I thought, okay, if I ever move out, I can take it with me. Easy to maintain and safe for the children, no dust, none of that, and I can sweep and clean easily with it. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Just want to encourage anyone out there, for those of you that probably trying to, if you're thinking of taking something like this up, it's not so difficult to do. You can do it yourself as well. I mean, I did it. I did it with myself and my children. We worked together, fixing this together, and anyone can do this. I'm just a normal mom of 3, and it's something I just did by myself, and it wasn't too bad. So you can all do it. If you put your mind to it, you can achieve it, and nothing is impossible too hard for you to do. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to catch you in my next video. I hope this video was inspiring and inspired someone. and encourage someone that to take whatever task you have in mind to do, to take it up without any fear. Just do it and get it done. And I hope to catch you in my next one. I will upload all the other videos I edited. I've just been a bit lazy not uploading them, but I'll get around to uploading other videos that I've done, my Christmas videos and all of that. I'll upload them. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you in my next one. Take care and stay blessed. Bye bye.